Alright, so I've just been watching Ya Boi Zack video about what was it, it's like Hawkeye or something, and he asked a question to the women, asking, "Hey, women, like when it comes to like degrading men, like stuff like that, just being an absolute douche to them, like what do you like that or something like that?" I don't quite remember the statement, and no, no, I do not. Like there's a difference between, and also just enjoy the display of male characters that I've got in close proximity. Um, the closest thing to no, sorry, I can't think. Um, there's a difference between being like dominant or kind of taking the lead or something. There's a difference between that and being an absolute douche. And although I personally don't believe that name calling is really respectful in any way, even if it's mutual. I don't agree with stuff like that. Um, but just I don't know. Some people are just so cruel when it comes to. I'm assuming like Kate Bishop in the Hawkeye film is just like, oh my gosh, like you're such an idiot. Like I'm like superior. Oh my gosh, like that or something. I'm going to assume that, and because I can just predict that's what he's talking about. In why do I have such a short attention span? um, but no, I don't like women being nasty to men. I cannot identify with that. I absolutely cannot. Like, there's like I'll think about like leading a team of men or something, or like overpowering a man, even though I'm just like, look at these muscles, like that. Um, I mean, a girl can dream, can't she? um, but it's not like I'm gonna like, oh, you lost to someone with muscles like this. Oh, you're so pathetic and weak. It's like, no. What I would do is that I'll be like, you need you. I have less strength than you, and you lost me. The reason is because you're not disciplined, or you're not focusing, or some, offering advice. It's like a mutual sort of thing, because it's like a purpose. There's a purpose, and it's not to serve just me. It's also to serve the man in a way. I think that's the best way I can describe it. Because I believe that people nowadays are just so selfish when it comes to like sex and sexuality. Because it's always about lust and not love. Like it's about, I want this person to satisfy me, and oh, I don't care. And actually, I'm not explaining myself very well. It's like people just want like one night stands, and want just care about the other person because they just look beautiful, or like I can just get my dick wet for a moment, or oh, I'm just freaking horny right now. I don't care who I do it with. There's like no mutual feelings or like agreements. And also like I think like just degrading the other person is incredibly selfish. Um, because it's about like when you like call like, oh, you're such a dis no, trying to think. Um, oh, you're so terrible. You're so terrible in this thing, and gosh, I could just go somewhere else. And like, even if like the guy is into that, get some freaking balls, mate. Like, why? Why are you in? If I came across a man that was actually into that, I'm gonna avoid him like crazy. Because I've seen so many times that you should avoid men that are into stuff like that. Like, there's just no, like, he wouldn't stand up for himself. Like, stand up for yourself, mate. Like, that is just so pathetic and weak. If I saw a man get like bossed around like that, degraded by a woman, I would hate to see that. It's like Sailor Moon, like, boys are the problem. Like, shut up, you freaking witch. I was actually thinking about that earlier today. Today? Or was it yesterday? I don't remember. I don't care. um, but it's like treating Like they would treat men like they're just getting in the way of their fanny power or something. Just it's so annoying because I don't identify with that. I don't like squat over a freaking mirror. I care about good male characters. I kind of prefer male characters over female characters, but there are some female characters that I like. But that's a little. But oh yeah, but those female characters, they don't degrade men. Although there's like Sonya who'll give like a hard time to Johnny Cage because they're like exes and they just even though Johnny still loves Sonya, but she doesn't want to return the feelings. I don't know if she actually still has the feelings and she's just in denial because she doesn't like making herself look vulnerable. That would be interesting though. Like that would at least have a purpose, even though it would kind of feel bad because it's like I don't know. TLDR, I can't bother to explain it. But it would at least, I don't know, just not be complete, like, because he kind of like rolls with the punches. Like he won't just like he kind of just accepts it a little bit, but you kind of fire back. Like that's a good example of like being degraded, but just he's not just lying down and getting kicked in the balls. Except for the first and second animated film, but we don't talk about that second film. But yeah, just basically, I like men that can stand up for themselves. Like if I saw a man get degraded by a woman, or even by another man, a person, let's just go with that, and I would like it if he stood up for himself and just stood up for himself. I don't know. Preferably in a non-violent way, but if it's Mortal Kombat, then violence is inevitable. So, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm talking about Mortal Kombat more than I could probably. Why am I not bringing like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or something? I think it's because like all the characters are male. And like, are there any degraded male characters in that? I'm too tired to think about it. Because actually, I don't think male characters are really mistreated in that series. Because it's a freaking Eastern bit of media. So they don't really do that sort of thing. I don't know. I'm getting a bit tired, so I hope that answers your question. I'm just going to pause the recording and see if I can think of anything else. The only thing I can like top off this video with is that I'd like a female character if she has respect to like, well, not just men, but just people in general. Because the female characters I like are, oh yeah, there's sorry, I just remembered Franziska von Karma. She'll whip anyone. I think she mostly whips men as opposed to like, because you know she's like, oh, they can take a hit. They're freaking men. If they can't take a hit, they're pathetic. But I don't know. She does whip women as well, but mostly because they say something stupid. And then you got Rose, who's like a I guess gentlewoman. That's the best way I can describe it. Like a gentleman, but she's like courteous and she speaks nicely. Don't curse or anything. Because she's an elegant lady. There we go. That's the term I was looking for. Oh, what else? Oh yeah, Lisa from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because, like, she's like had like a cold exterior, but when Caesar dies, like, gosh, that scene makes me cry every time. Because her emotions come out like she was like basically bullying the freaking men. Oh yeah, there we go. That's an example. Like, because she was like being like she was trying to train Joseph and Caesar to learn Hamon, and she was basically like left him for dead in the Tower of something, and then when it was when Caesar died, that's when her emotions surfaced, and and you can see her shaking, and her eyes are just like getting all like sparkly from the tears, and it's like, and then they just both like just wait, did they embrace? Like just kind of just hold each other and just comfort, just crying over Caesar. That's just, mm. And I said friend. Oh, yeah, Sonya. I like Sonya Blade. In MKX, like that's the better version of herself. She's a bit grumpy, and she does kind of talk crap to the other characters, but it's mostly she's just kind of, kind of like Lisa with the cold exterior to not appear vulnerable, like with emotions, because emotions is vulnerability. Oh, especially in the Mortal Kombat universe, because that's like basically you either fight or you freaking die. Or I guess when you're in a fight, you either win or you die. So that's how it works. And Sonya's like, I don't want people to think I'm weak, so I'm just going to be mean. um, and well, just to go into like my own character, like vault of characters, there's a character that I have called Delia, and she's kind of cruel to, well, mainly cruel to Hartronima, and picks on I Love You a little bit as well. Like she kind of does that because she's just a grumpy woman, and but she would never like just outright just attack them for no reason, like well verbally or physically attack them for no reason. She just like calls them a freaking oh you're such dweebs, like gosh you two are such nerds. But I find it funny because she's just saying those things, but she's still being cooperative in the mission, in my story. So, but I also kind of find it a bit humorous. Like she's just like so annoyed by these two men. Like oh my gosh, like just. Well, this is not because they're men. It's because their personalities aren't compatible. And it's that chemistry, like explosive chemistry. It's just kind of like not mixing very well, but they have to complete the mission, and they have to kind of work around that, and I just find that interesting to work on. So, all right, I'm done talking, so I'm going to go back to doing whatever. So, gosh, what time is it? I think it's like nearly mid. Yes, it's 11:30, so I'm going to just carry on watching YouTube videos and just go to bed. I'm tired. All right, thanks for watching. I hope I didn't blab for too long. It felt like too long, but I'm going to end the video right here. Right, bye.